All right, welcome back to another episode of Cult of the Lamb gameplay, guys. It's Chad here, and we got one more friend. We're going to record this. The topic of today's discussion is going to be animation trends. So we're going to discuss the world of animated movies, TV shows, things of that nature. They've recently had sort of a resurgence. I mean, there's been, obviously the big time anime trend. A lot of people have been super into that. And in addition, we been getting a lot of like Western animation style stuff too, you know. Have you seen, friend, this is my friend Robin, have you seen the new Spider-Man one, Into the Spider-Verse?
Hello, hello. I have not seen Into the Spider-Verse. I saw, oh, you mean Across the Spider-Verse. I saw Into the Spider-Verse, the first one,
Right, right,
in
yeah.
2018. Yeah, I haven't seen this one yet. I heard it's really good, though.
It is, and it's interesting because a lot of people I know who saw it, they didn't even really like it as a what's the word I'm looking for?
Like, as a story?
Like as a story. They weren't that into it, but they really were into the animation, which was I think was really well
Yeah,
timed.
I've heard that as well, too, from friends. I would say the original one, I love the story and the animation, so I don't know about this one here, but it seems like they've improved it almost in every way.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I heard it's like a visual spectacle more than anything
Yeah,
else. Like people
yeah.
will go to see it and they'll be like, "Wow, that
You said,
is."
have you seen it?
I've seen parts of it. I'll be honest. I saw part of it, but the one I saw wasn't like full HD quality. I watched a bootleg copy. I'll tell the truth.
Okay. Now you gotta watch it in theaters. I saw the first one in theaters, and I mean that was incredible. And then when I rewatched it again when it was on Netflix, like it's not the same when you're watching it on uh your screen at home.
I believe that. I
So you
believe that.
gotta yeah, you gotta watch it in theaters on the big screen.
I gotta try to find a way to do that. Then I don't even know if it's still in. Oh my
Yeah.
god, what's happening in this game? Why did they trap me in this room?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I made a mistake. Oh well. Hey, I mean this game. I guess I'm getting to enjoy it. Oh, there's a guy I gotta kill. He's dead now. There we go. Okay. But yeah, I get there's certain things like that they say are like cinematic experiences. I'll be honest. As a general rule, I hate movies like that. Like I much prefer watching things from the comfort of my home. Like the COVID era
Mm.
where all the movies were going straight to like Netflix or Hulu or whatever. That was
Yeah.
the best era to me. I was so happy with all the stuff that was coming out, but I get for real like cinephiles, people who
Yeah.
genuinely actually like movies. I get that the experience of going to the movie theater probably. Oh my god! I gotta shoot some enemies here. What's going on?
I mean, I agree. I wouldn't call myself a cinephile. Like for most movies, I would much rather watch them at home as well. But I'm talking about like the big experiences. Like if you're talking for like the recent movies that just came out, Oppenheimer, you got to watch it in the theaters, see it in the the intended size on that IMAX. But Barbie, I mean, that's like a streaming movie. Like you can watch that at home. It was great, but you can watch it at home. I guess that's not going to make a difference in the experience. But I feel like for sure, like Spider-Verse, Oppenheimer, those type of movies, where the visuals are such a big part of it, you got to watch it in theaters.
And animation is that type of stuff where you need the
For
visuals.
sure.
God, I get what you're saying, and you know what? I agree with you completely that there are certain movies that are like that. But just as a general rule, I
Yeah,
maybe I'm an antisocial creep. Like that's kind of what it
maybe.
sounded like. Yeah, okay. Thanks for agreeing.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I'm just saying, like in general, I way prefer at home experiences, but I definitely think that may have jaded my opinion or shaded my opinion, whatever the correct phrasing is, on the Spider Verse, the newer one that I was watching because I just
I think for sure. I didn't like it as much watching it at home.
that yeah.
Not that it was like worse, but it just didn't it didn't wow, like it didn't stand out as like this amazing, colorful, flashing experience when you're watching it on your phone or on like a computer monitor.
I've even noticed that with like I was watching this movie on Netflix the other day, which it was a regular
Yeah,
movie, it wasn't animated, but I was watching it and I was just like, yo, this kind of sucks. Like it's because it's dark. A lot of
yeah.
movies are so dark now too.
Oh, yeah. The lighting that they use on sets is garbage. What
Exactly.
movie was it?
It was what's it called? They cloned Tyrone. Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one.
Oh, it's on Netflix. It's like a Netflix original, but
Okay.
it's really good actually. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know. I was watching it and I was like, why is this so dark?
Yeah.
Why is it hard to see everything and hard to hear them? That's another thing people don't think about, like audio quality of movies. Like
Yeah.
100% the audio quality on that movie was made for a theater, which is weird for a Netflix original. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it was like straight to Netflix. I mean, I know in terms of like lighting, I don't know too much about audio. I know for lighting, they just cheap out on it. Um, because it's not really, they can hide a lot of
the makeup
the
or
worst looking aspects of their sets and their whatever practical visuals they do have. They can hide it by just having everything be dark.
yeah, I get that. I thought it might actually be because like theaters are dark, but maybe you know what I mean, which came first? You know?
Nah. Because if you look at movies from like 20 years ago, they're not like even nighttime scenes, you can still see what's going on. But I mean, movies that come out now, you can't even tell. A lot of them, you can't even tell what's going on in any scene that's like past noon.
You know what? You're right. Like I've never thought about it, but I've never seen like a movie from the 80s that was as dark as a modern movie.
Yeah, because they just have those huge overhead lights. So you know it's nighttime, but you can still see everything that's happening.
And I'm sounding super old too, but like 20 years ago isn't the 80s. 20 years ago is like 2003.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah.
yeah. You said 20 years ago, and my mind was like, oh
Oof.
yeah, 1980. But
1980. Yeah.
no, that is like 40 years ago. That's like
Yeah.
a
You're
whole.
dating yourself.
I'm making myself sound old, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's the thing about getting to the age I'm at. I don't have to try to do that. I don't have to make myself
It
sound old.
happens naturally,
Yeah, it's just natural. Aging is natural, right? Normal.
for sure. You haven't seen, I'm trying to think of the latest,
Like high profile animated show.
yes, yes.
Honestly, I mean, we were discussing it earlier off camera.
We were just talking about, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. Season two is incredibly, I mean, the jump from season two to season one, or season one to season two is incredible. I will say because the director of season one, I forget his name, but he's the guy that did God of High School, I'm pretty sure, which was like the big fighting anime. And so really his specialty was like doing fights. So I mean, I don't think there were too many emotional moments in season one, but it felt like the priority was definitely the fights. Whereas here with this new guy, um, not only are the character designs a lot cleaner and simpler, which lends itself to way better animation, it's also the direction is crazy. Like the moments feel so cinematic and like a lot of the scenes look better than the movie did.
I believe that. I'm not gonna lie. Anime movies to me always kind of overrated. Like I've
Yeah.
never
I mean, I would say the recent anime movies are honestly just longer TV episodes with better animation.
exactly like
Uh, they don't really feel like a cinematic. Yeah,
I haven't seen like an Akira, even like the old like I don't know if you watch the old like Gundam movies. The old
I
Gundam
have
movie,
not.
the old Gundam movies, like the animation quality obviously is dated, but a lot of them
Mhm.
I watch them and I'm just like, oh yeah, they were trying things here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this is a movie.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
made to be a movie.
yeah, because I mean, a lot of the anime movies now, I can't speak for like the original ones. Like I know the recent Shinkai movie, the guy that did Your Name, the Suzume. I haven't seen it yet. That came out. I feel like those movies, the original movies, still feel like movies. But if we're talking like continuations of already like the Spy Family, there's a movie coming from that. I'm pretty sure. There's a the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. I would say works better as a movie because it was just an adaptation of Volume Zero.
Right.
But there's been other movies. I think the Chainsaw Man. There's going to be a movie for that covering part of season two. The Demon Slayer movies, which just cover like arcs of the show or like arcs of the manga, like stuff like that. I feel like isn't really. They're just taking stuff and instead of having it as episodes, kind of swishing it together into a movie, so it doesn't feel like an actual experience. Whereas even a show like, I mean, I think the last anime movie I rewatched was the end of Evangelion, and that was so good. That was a movie. Have you? I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen the old Evangelion. Is he talking about the old
But
one?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The one in the '90s, the movie.
Yeah, yeah, definitely seen
Yeah,
that.
that was crazy. That was that was life changing. That changed my life. I've never been the same since I
Okay.
watched that movie.
Yeah, I don't think you're
But like the
getting.
Demon Slayer movie, like you just like okay, yeah, like
This is episode 106, just longer or whatever.
yeah, right, yeah,
Yeah, honestly. Well, I think that's a good place to end right there with life changing movies.
yeah.
So glad we got to talk about this today. Uh, per usual, thank you for joining me on the show today, and I
Of
hope
course.
you have a wonderful day.